I don't think I'm overselling it. I don't. It's good. It's funny. It's fantastic. Oh, geez. I laughed until I cried like 3 times today. Yeah, let's talk about that. I don't think I'm overselling it. Again, it's good. I'm going to do a big, giant update for you. First, a big ka-choo-choo to each of y'all. Dude and Duke boys. It's good. I'm going to update you on a ton of stuff. The second one has made me laugh. I can't get enough of it. And then at the very end, I've got one that may surprise you. It's hard to surprise y'all because y'all are really plugged in. I got one that might actually surprise you. And this is just a big fat update and kind of get you updated. By the end of this, you'll know what's going on. And it's really scratching the surface. There's so much coming in real time right now. It's hard to keep everybody updated. But I'm doing my best today. Got a bunch for you. So buckle up. Here we go. Every week I tell y'all about hidden hybrid holsters. Y'all know where to find them. Y'all know they make fantastic products. Y'all know I love them, and you know they love America, and that is the truth. This one's a little different. This one, a few of y'all have seen these before. I've given away a couple of them. It's the double case. It's padded. I love it. It's got handles, and the price is right. It's on their website, hiddenhybridholsters.com, and it's under extras. So click that extras. Grab yourself that. You'll love it. Next time you go to the range, you will thank me. Big thank you to those folks, hiddenhybridholsters.com. They're fantastic. I love them. Love y'all too. Why? For hitting that thumbs up. You're amazing. Thank you for the thumbs up. Y'all are awesome. Let me get my computer fired up here. I try not to look down a ton on this channel, but let me focus here just a little bit today because there's so much to do. We're jumping right into it. It's kind of like Spicy Friday. Next. Dick Heller is back at it again. If you don't know who he is, we've talked about him a bunch. 13, 14 years ago, he's the one that had that seminal case in D.C. where he sued D.C. to be able to conceal carry or just carry or own inside your home. Supreme Court week before last, that was about carrying outside your home. Well, Dick Heller's back at it again. He has sued D.C. again because D.C. has a rule that limits the amount of ammunition you can carry on your person. Whew, he's back at it, so don't mess with Dick Heller. He is a tough one. When I know more, you'll know more. Next, the GOP House candidate. Oh, this is so good. Do you say Jerome? Is that how you say it, Jerome Davison? He is running for Arizona's 4th congressional district. He's a former NFL running back. Holy smokes. He released, and about 1,000 of y'all sent me this yesterday. He has released a video, and I watched it with the sound off yesterday. I was, okay, that looks pretty good, but oh geez, I watched it today. He literally is holding up, one news outlet said he's brandishing an AR, brandishing. His words were, oh geez, oh geez. He said, if you're facing down a dozen angry Democrats in Klan hoods, he just calls them out. I mean, a punch to the Dems, because the K is all about the Dems, that's for sure. A dozen angry Democrats in Klan hoods, you might need your AR, and you may need all 30 rounds. Oh geez, it is a right hook, a cross, and an uppercut at the same time. I love it. I mean, I love it. It's I didn't even tell you what it was. It's a campaign advertisement for his current campaign for the Republican seat, Arizona 4th. Oh, geez, I love it. Public service announcement. We're not arguing this. Don't put 30 rounds in your mag. Do 28 or 29. I go 28. But that aside, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, geez. I sat right here and laughed until I cried today on that one. I love it. Next, New York, the New York NYC, their hospitality areas or the hotels are dying. Rising crime. So what are they doing? NYC, they have a group or a, what's it called when they all get together? A union. They have now voted to have even fewer guns allowed in their hotels. So they're going to write words on a piece of paper and put signs in the lobby. It's now about in NYC, 4 out of 5 hotel rooms will be gun-free. And like that's really going to stop anybody except for law abiders. Now the other deal is maybe in the fine print it says all criminals are exempt from that rule. So NYC, no more guns, concealed carry, even legal concealed carry. No more in NYC, even stricter regulations. I don't know. I mean, I have mixed feelings. I think a private business should be able to do what they want. I think citizens should also continue to do what they want. Next, the GOA has sued. Now, this is all about that whole ghost gun thing. The GOA, Bridge City Ordinance, as well as a North Dakota resident named Jimenez, they have sued the ATF over those new laws. Now, it's not the legislative branch. That just in itself is going to be challenged in the days ahead because we have unelected officials writing legislation. However, those new rules are going into effect in August. Y'all know that. These rules are pretty beefy. The rules that are going in August with these new regulations, with building your own ghosties, Americans can still build, but it's impossible to get the parts to build. Frames and the jigs, which you need both of those, cannot be sold together. This is important. Follow the money. Follow the liability. If a gun person, an owner, an individual buys the item separately, the frame and the jig, the ATF will consider structuring that purchases. They consider that you're trying to go around, they're coming after you. Moreover, and here's the big one, that if one company sells the frame and a second company sells the jig, and the customer buys from both companies, though this is the important part, those companies are going to be held liable. The verbiage is charged with conspiracy. As individuals, we have one direction we can always take, but corporations, it's tough because they face things that are a little bit different than individuals. So they've been sued. GOA, Bridge City Ordinance, and North Dakota resident. We'll be watching. Next. It's a PAC, a political action committee. Y'all know what those are. The PAC, the Giffords Group, are pledging to invest $10 million for the 2022 election candidates that are coming up. So they're going to be pumping their candidates up. And they said they're going to call anybody that voted for anything that they don't like, they're going to be attacking them as well. So it's the Giffords Group, $10 million investment into their nonsense. Speaking of nonsense, next, Kamala yesterday gave a speech in Chicago and she called for an assault weapons ban, all while surrounded by 24-hour-a-day armed security. Today's word, boys and girls, is hypocrisy. Let's go to New York, back to New York State, not the city. Governor Hochul has signed legislation. She kind of pretended like it was her legislation, but she's executive branch. It's legislation 51001, so 51,001. It is restricting everything, and it is essentially it is a middle finger aimed at the Supreme Court. 2 weeks ago, the Supreme Court laid out what they laid out. Big roundhouse punch was awesome. And Governor Hochul has now given a middle finger, and they're talking about reckless Supreme Court decision. Now, this is it's big, it is beefy, and it went through. It institutes a default no concealed carry on private property, no concealed carry in businesses unless deemed permissible, establishes new eligibility requirements, expanded the requirements for CCW, expanded disqualifying criteria for those that want CCW, enhances safe storage requirements, extends requirements inside of vehicles, requires background checks for, this is big, background checks for all ammunition. That's a huge one. And it amends or changes the body armor purchase ban, including the hard body armor used in the Buffalo shooting. It's a mess. It went through. And here's the part you may not believe, or it might make you just roll your eyes. 10 years ago, when was running for office, she was endorsed by the NRA. Yep. What did she do to get their endorsement? I found that one sort of interesting, that they would give it a thumbs up. That's a hard thumbs up to get to a Democrat gubernatorial candidate. Not good. I'll be back tomorrow on Spicy Friday. You are now up to date. 28 rounds in your magazines. You never know when you have to face Democrats in Klan hoods. I love it. See y'all. Bye.